How can software testers effectively communicate the importance of risk management to stakeholders who may not fully understand the impact on their business? And I would like to add on to this actually now that I've read it out loud. And also, how can you also how can software testers get buy-in to even do this? So I know for a fact that some places would be like, only talk to me about the software. But how could they also encourage the businesses to listen to them on some of the other aspects of risk that you've mentioned?
So this is a complicated question to answer, but so effectively communicate with people. And the problem I have with this question is people who may not fully understand its impact on the business, right? And I think the question is, I'm going to answer the question that I think this is asking, as opposed to how it's written, because I don't think anybody in tech that I've worked in senior levels would say risk management. They don't understand the impact of risk management on its business, right? I think what this is trying to ask is like how we need to test around that and factor it into our approach, right? Okay. And that is, again, a target-rich environment for testers. And I've talked a lot about this in my career. There's a couple rules that I try and coach testers. And so we're going to talk about just communicating anything about testing to folks, because there's some I call it personality tax, right? And everyone has to pay theirs if they want to, or you have it regardless. And some people pay it and some people don't and suffer for that. That's all right. But like the certain elements of the tester's personality tax, and I tell people when you're talking about this stuff, right? Don't be a pedantic word weenie, right? And so I've witnessed conversations with people who they can't stand it that someone called it QA, right? And I've witnessed conversations where people like, so I'm going to go when we QA that, we're going to know this, and the tester will say, oh, you mean when you test that? And they'll like just repeat the sentence back, and it's just back and forth. And what you call that, I mean, semantic discussions are good, right? Because you want to understand what people mean. Forcing people to adopt different language, there's a whole other, idea around, does that actually drive culture? I don't really care too much. What I want to understand is, what do you mean by what you're saying?